Right, it's time for course today, and
Captain.
Yes.
Captain is here.
Captain is here, yes.
But you are not Captain William Ruto, you know.
No. I don't know what the Kenyan law says, but to say somebody is a criminal, it is only a court of competent jurisdiction as sitting here that can decide or can determine whether somebody is criminal or not. As a president, to say that, hey.
Anyway, let's look at some of the cases that were up in court yesterday.
Sure.
What case, for instance?
Yeah, so yesterday we expect the safe defense witness for Seydou Agogo and Agricos, second and third accused person, but there was no show because the witness was indisposed. So hopefully tomorrow we expect that case to come up before Justice Okudzeto Ablakwa. The accused persons were in court yesterday, though. Yes.
And then the Saglemi case?
Yes, so yesterday...
was the white angel in court?
No, yesterday I did indicate that he is out of town.
Okay.
He's out of town on parliamentary duties, specifically to South Africa. So yesterday he wasn't in town. But of course there was action. The case went on. And Justice Ernest Usudapa, prosecution second witness, is testifying. Yesterday they had challenges with how to match some exhibit that he intended to tender in support of his case. So yesterday it was a very frustrating time for the prosecution, because at one point in time the exhibit will have to be rejected because certain attachments were not part of it, and the court said we cannot admit this in the evidence. So that someday when somebody pick it and it's referring to the exhibit and you cannot find it, they will say a clerk has taken it out and all that. We want a complete document. So a lot of them were to be tendered, and the court had granted them adjournment to put their house in order. However, they wanted the witness, they told the court that the witness would be out of town for some duties, the national duty. And the court is saying, no, the first witness who was in court, I have obliged the person a lot of time. If you are not ready, I'm not going to do that this time around. If you are not ready, come and pack your case out of the court and leave anytime that you are. So the court is warning prosecution. If you are not ready to prosecute, come for your case out of my court. So that is a warning. The case has been adjourned to July 2nd.
All right.
National Cathedral Saga.
Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng, or is it Charles Edujin?
So the name on record in court is Kwabena Edujemfi, alias Victor Kusi Boateng.
Okay.
So in court, his name is Kwabena Edujemfi.
Kwabena Edujemfi. Alias. Yes.
Also known as?
Yes, also known as, or popularly known as.
Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng.
The Reverend wasn't part of what was
Victor
mentioned.
Kusi
So we have added the Reverend because we know he's a Reverend.
He's a man of God.
Yes, so Kwabena Edujemfi, alias Victor Kusi Boateng.
This is interesting.
Yes, so that was the and yesterday, one thing was certain. Lawyers of Okudzeto Ablakwa, the business for the day, you know, Reverend Kusi Boateng has filed an appeal against that contempt that was dismissed. And he said that he disagreed with the decision of the High Court, so he's going to the Court of Appeal to appeal. Then lawyers of Okudzeto Ablakwa have filed a counter application and said that they want that particular notice of appeal struck out because they felt that it is not per the laws. It doesn't fit, it's not fit for. But before they moved that motion, they raised objection to the panel. And they said that all intents and purposes, it was Justice Senyor Jamefe who was supposed to chair the panel. And there was, yes, I remember that. And then there was a newspaper publication, the Daily Post, that suggested that the CJ has asked Mr. Jamefe, or Justice Jamefe, to hand over the docket. And yesterday was a Judicial Secretary, Justice Pamela Crantin, that presided and said, no, we have objection. One, Reverend Kusi Boateng is a pastor of the Chief Justice, and it's Chief Justice's spiritual father. So to have such an affinity with a person and a case like this, no, we are not interested. And the Judicial Secretary is somebody who is administrative within the, and is working closely with the Chief Justice. So they felt that that will not give it. So they want the panel to resolve. But the court will make a ruling on that objection today. Depending on the outcome, they will know what will happen in relation to the application from Okudzeto Ablakwa asking for the notice of appeal to be struck out. But yesterday we've been speaking to Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, who was present in court, and let's hear what he said.
You heard my lawyers in court today. I will prefer not to speak. Fortunately, the court will deliver its decision tomorrow, and 24 hours is not a long wait. So I would rather that we wait for the court's decision, and then we will speak to all of what we know and have discovered so far as this appeal is concerned. So if you grant me that wish, we continue to demonstrate our respect for the courts and our judges. That's all we'll say for now.
Is Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa.
Yeah.
So today he'll be called. The court will be making a ruling today. So today they will be in court and get to know his fate as to whether the appeal of Reverend Kwesi Boateng will be allowed to be heard or it will truncate at that particular point in time.
Okay, so let's come to some JUSAG at 50.
Yes. So
anniversary.
Yes.
What's up with that?
So the whole of this year, there are so many activities for the JUSAG at 50 celebration and all that, and they'll be taking the step activities one after the other.
Nice.
So in this very report that you are going to see, they were in Tamale to as it were, and the staff they've given birth to a new policy for the staff. Let's go and watch this short report on what happened in Tamale.
Addressing members at the program, the national president of JUSAG, Samuel Afote Otu, underscored the benefits of the policy as part of measures to ensure that members have a better alternative source of financial support for their funerals.
This is undoubtedly a crucial turning point. We must remain vigilant, for there is no time to waste. We must unite now or we perish. In this spirit, I say to all staff, please do not entertain any fear of what some people are doing to undermine our success. We are all well aware that as leadership of JUSAG has promised its members a better condition of service, so are some group of individuals have also vowed to obstruct the implementation of the CI. And we cannot afford to be complacent. The fight is far from over, and we must continue to unite and focus our efforts to ensure that our hard-won gains are protected and built upon.
Northern Sector Area Manager of the National Insurance Commission, Joseph Akanlam, commended JUSAG for selecting the Northern region for the national launch, emphasizing JUSAG's partnership with Vanguard to share risk is remarkable.
JUSAG is partnering Vanguard Assurance to share risk. We are going to share risk to ensure that in the event of something happening to you in the course of your job, you are not left alone. I'm also happy with the fact that insurance companies, sometimes they say they will do A and they will do B. But they know very well that they are dealing with people who are not afraid of the court. So they will be careful. And I want to also advise JUSAG to make sure you cross all the T's and dot all the I's in the contracts. Because if you leave a vacuum, the company can use that one as an advantage not to pay the claim.
Head of Special Market at Vanguard Life Assurance Company Limited, Mr. Yusuf Adams, said their partnership with JUSAG is to enhance the existing benefits of members' welfare when it comes to funerals.
And the partnership is to enhance the existing benefits that JUSAG members were already getting from their welfare, their local welfare. And what we are adding to what they were benefiting is enhanced benefits. One, the sum assures that members of JUSAG used to get under their local or their self-managed welfare is going to improve. Vanguard will be giving more sum assures, more benefits to their members than they were originally getting from JUSAG. Two, Vanguard will also add more risk benefits. For example, under this partnership, it's not just going to be the death of a member. We're also going to cover members who are permanently disabled. They also have to benefit under this scheme. And what we are saying is that we are not going to wait for a member to necessarily die before JUSAG will run to the, will go to the support of their member, or will go to to assist their member. Even when a member is critically ill, under 7 selected critical illness, Vanguard Life Assurance Company Limited will provide the sum assured for the member through JUSAG to pay to their member.
The policy, which is part of initiatives to celebrate
JUSAG at 50.
Yes,
Yeah.
so the main anniversary will be sometime in August.
Okay.
Then they want to do this in Cape Coast.
All right. So let's quickly go through some of the cases expected in court today. The Kusi Boateng case continues today.
Yes, so there's a ruling today.
Right.
And first, the court will determine, or the panel will determine whether to recuse itself or go ahead.
All right. And the XPPA bosses case.
Yes, Alhaji Boateng is back in court today before Justice Marie Louise Simmons. And this case is the case that's been prosecuted by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. And they will be in court with all their documents. If you see the document that they have filed in relation to this case, very bulky. So they will be doing case management conference where they find out whether all the documents that prosecution have filed is the same thing that the court has or the same thing that the accused person. Then the court will fix a date for the trial to begin. So that's what we expect in relation to this very case.
Ofanko Tenant Meda is also back in court?
Yes. Nana Kankam. Nana Kankam is back in court. And so we expect the fourth.
But the jury is still on strike, or they are back?
The jurors are still on strike.
They're still on strike.
As I talk to you now, unless maybe this morning, things have been sorted about other than that.
So their position is unless they get the money.
For them, they are not ready to back down. They are not ready to soften their stance at this particular point in time. Give us money and we are back on duty. And so until that happens, you should forget about. So that's Victor Nana Kankam on your short word.
Okay.
So we expect the fourth prosecution witness, but like we do know, it is highly possible that the case will just be adjourned.
Okay, so Hobson Adoye will be back in court today?
Yes, remember that issue, very controversial. It was all over the airwaves and all over the courts and all that. So at the Dansoman Circuit Court, Hobson Adoye will be back in court. Publication of false news. That is the charge or the count that he was slapped against. He pleaded not guilty and he was granted bail. And now he's executed the bail bond or the bail conditions. So today we expect him in court. And the court will make further direction. What the court indicated at last sitting was that prosecution should file all their necessary disclosures and documents in relation to this. And then the court will make further. We'll get to know whether they have been able to comply with that directive of the court and order. So that's what we expect also coming up today.
Okay, Captain.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for telling us what's happening in courts.